Hi again, everybody. Robin Hook with you at Burdick's, downtown Kalamazoo, in the Radisson for the Bronco Coaches Show on YouTube Live with head coach Lance Taylor after a big victory on Saturday over the UMass Minutemen in Amherst, Massachusetts. And, Coach, those road wins are like gold, huh?
Absolutely. We talked about winning is hard. Winning on the road in our conference is always hard. So I was proud of our guys. They fought to finish, found a way to win, even though we didn't play our best football. Tip our hat to UMass. I thought they came out and outplayed us in the first half. But our guys came out of halftime with a fight and renewed energy, and we really got to play Bronco football. It was gritty in the second half. We got back to being us, and I thought we played complimentary football. Those wins are always hard. So, to go 1-0 on the road, we're going to take it.
You got on the board in the first half on a touchdown pass to Mike Brescia, his first as a Bronco, a little rollout, and he was wide open.
Yeah, it was a great play design. Mike Brescia, you'll hear from him later. I brought two, guys that are playing really well for us right now. Mike Brescia on the offensive side of the ball, and then Rodney McGraw on the defensive side of the ball. But Mike was a transfer. He played quarterback, before he got here. He's playing tight end for us. He's kind of a do-it-all, jack of all trades. He has really learned the position really well. He was a captain for us this week because of how well he practiced and how much he puts in off the field. He's been hampered a little bit by injury. And I just appreciate his work ethic, who he is, how he comes in. He's been a great selfless teammate. He's adapted to a new position. And then you get to see him make a play on Saturday, which was a huge play for us, a scoring play, and really put us on the board and gave us some momentum.
He was a physical quarterback at Colgate, where he played for 4 years. This guy threw for over 3,500 yards and 12 touchdowns, and he rushed for over 1,700 yards, and he scored 32 touchdowns rushing the ball as a quarterback at Colgate.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a playmaker, touchdown maker, a huge, great leader. That was the thing that really stuck out to me as we recruited him, was just his leadership. Who he was as a person, his leadership skills, and his really willingness to want to play, at any position just to help the team. He kind of reminds me of a guy that we had when I was with the New York Jets, Tim Tebow. Every time you put him in, the guy makes a play. He can play multiple positions. And I think for him to go from quarterback to tight end, it's kind of like Marion Herbowski, another guy in our tight end room. We've done pretty well converting quarterbacks to tight ends, which is not an easy thing to do.
Well, you're getting it done, running the football. Passing game has picked up a little bit, too. After a 7-3 halftime score, you guys came out in the second half, put up two more scores, and your defense shut out UMass in the second half. They did not want to give up any more points.
Yeah, I think really in the second half, we played complementary football, and both sides of the football played really well. We didn't start the game very well. For 2 straight weeks, the opposing offense has gone right down the field and scored points. So we've got to start faster as we move forward, not allow them to go down on their first drive and get points, for the opposing team. But then we've settled in and we've played really well. I thought we came out with an attitude and really a renewed energy after halftime. And you mentioned it, we got 2 touchdowns in the second half. Defense shut them out, and we've played really complimentary football, which is what we've got to do to be able to win games.
Scored on a 10-play, 50-yard drive in the third quarter. Brock scored his 6th touchdown of the season. That was set up by a catch by Avion Chenault, who's playing really well for you, freshman out of Kentucky.
Yeah, we saw Avion last week get his first touchdown against Rhode Island, and then this week he had a couple of really nice catches. You mentioned the big catch there. Then he comes over the middle, really right in between the 2 safeties, catches a contested catch, and then gets hit really hard. He is playing really well. Again, really love what he's doing. Talik Williams, wide receiver number 0, he made a huge catch on 4th and 4 on that same drive to go score there. That was a huge play that a lot of people forget about. And then one of the unsung heroes in this game was Balin Brooks. He had 3 catches that I just, was really impressed with. He had 2 sideline catches where he taps his toes in, going out of bounds. Those were huge catches for us. And then on an RPO, he has a contested catch that on a 3rd down made a big play for us, allowed us to keep the drives going. So our wideouts are playing really well, and Brock is seeing the field really well as a quarterback.
That 4th down play to Talik was amazing. That was a really, really tight window, and Brock threaded the needle on that pass.
He did, I mean, right there, we're kind of in field goal range, and the analytics book tells you to kick the field goal there, not go for it. I don't know why I have it because I don't listen to the analytics book very much. I decided to go for it there, and, Brock and Talik made a great play, and I thought, all 11 players really did their job on that play, and that's what we started to do in the second half, Robin, was we just did our job. I think in the first half, we played uncharacteristic, we made some uncharacteristic mistakes, and got outplayed by UMass. But in the second half, we settled in. We really just did our job, and that's the key to going 1-0. We don't have to do too much, just do our job.
Yeah, the final score was Devin Miles' thing of beauty, 25 yards. He made several cuts in traffic. And then he got down there inside the 5-yard line. He carried 2 or 3 tacklers with him over the line. Now, you think of Devin as more of a shifty kind of back, but man, he showed some strength on that play.
He did. He was not going to be denied. Whatever it takes mentality. I mean, that was a really impressive run. He broke some tackles early in the down, and then broke it outside. And then the sheer will to continue to stay and drive his feet. A couple of other guys, Vandervest and Avian Chenault came down to really push the pile there and get him in the end zone. It was a group effort, and really proud of the grit that took. We talk about grit a bunch, and I think we've had some gritty plays that exemplifies what we talk about every day. To our team.
We're at Burdick's, downtown Kalamazoo in the Radisson. We're here every Monday at 6:30, except for next Monday. We won't be here next Monday because it's a bye week for football. So we'll take a week off, and then we'll come back the following week and set up some more of the upcoming schedule. But we're going to take a time out right now, come back and talk some more with Coach Taylor, a little bit more on that victory over UMass, and look ahead to this week's opponent, the Ball State Cardinals. All coming up on the Bronco Coaches Show after this timeout.
Flavor is a journey, not a destination. It's not just about the food, it's about the experience, it's about the cocktails, the wine, the tableside experience.
Brings everything together between the setting, the meal, the atmosphere, so we can actually get together and have a great time over a cocktail, maybe with a little showy smoke to it too, which is fun.
We've paid a lot of attention to details and making it an experience that you will remember.
Immerse yourself at Brick and Brine.
Sprain, strain, or broken bone? Bronson makes it easy to get the orthopedic care you need, often as soon as the same day. Our providers treat patients ages 5 and older, with convenient appointments in Battle Creek, Marshall, Kalamazoo, and South Haven. From diagnosis to treatment, our goal is to get you feeling better as soon as possible. Call us when you need orthopedic care. Learn more at bronsonhealth.com/same day.
You'll still have common days. Put off your term papers till the last minute. Eat cold pizza right out of the fridge. Update your fantasy roster. This is not one of those days. A few weeks a year and you'll discover the most uncommon time of your life.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her. A new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
Robin Hook back with you on the Bronco Coaches Show. We're at the Radisson inside the new Burdick's Bar and Grill. Come on down and join us on Mondays, 6:30. Catch the show live right here on YouTube or anytime on demand at www.broncos.com. It's a big week for Western Michigan Athletics. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but with Coach Taylor right now looking at back at that victory over UMass. You had a lot of great individual performances too. Rodney McGraw got another sack. He's playing real well, Coach. We're going to hear from him in a few minutes.
Yeah, I tell you what, when you talk about our defense, it's been a group effort. I mean, multiple guys have stepped up at, Rodney McGraw and Dane Tucker, Tate Halleck. I mean, just week after week, it's been different guys. James Camden and Cephas Sayapia, have done a great job. But I'm really proud of Rodney, just, where he's come from, how he has really changed his work ethic and work habits, and the production, the fruits of his labor are showing up now. I mean, you want to talk about probably the most improved person and player on our roster, it's been Rodney McGraw. I can't be more proud of him. He's become a leader, but also just the production has shown up. I mean, when you look at, we always talk about how the work translates to the football field, and he was one of our workout warriors during the summer. We picked 7 summer savages on the whole team. He was one of those guys because of how hard he worked in the weight room and what he really did by his work ethic and being a great teammate. And that's showing up now on the field. I'm so proud of him. I can't wait for you guys to hear from him. And he's a guy that, man, I mean, he's got all the tools to play on Sunday. He's just going to continue to grow and get better, which I'm excited about.
Well, the sacks have really picked up this year. In fact, Broncos already have more sacks this year in 6 games than they had all of last year. And everybody's getting into the act, getting to the quarterback, Coach. It's spread around, and Dane's probably leading in that category, but a lot of guys getting there to the quarterback, and it's really a team effort.
It is. It's a complete team effort and group effort. I mean, we actually lead the nation in total sacks. We're number 1 in the nation in total sacks, which is pretty impressive. We're 3rd in the nation in number of sacks per game, and both, really critical numbers, big numbers that really pop out to you. But it's not just one person or one individual. It's not just one group. Coach Payne, our D-line coach, and Coach Sean Spence, our edge coach, they do a great job. One, they did a great job recruiting and evaluating, but then they're great teachers and communicators. They build great relationships. They put our guys in position to make plays, and then our guys put in the work to do what they're asked to do and do their job. I think our D-line has been one, our most improved group on the team, and our most productive group. And so what they're doing, we got to continue to have it. The other opposing offenses are going to start keying in and really trying to slow them down. So they've got to continue to elevate their game if they want to continue that production.
The Bronco defense has been outstanding. They're 2nd in the MAC in total defense, 2nd in rush defense, 4th in pass defense, 2nd in scoring defense, and as Coach mentioned, they lead the nation in sacks with 23 through 6 games. And Coach, you're number 1 in the MAC in red zone defense too. Teams have been in the red zone 28 times. They have 20 scores in those 28 trips. That's really good, 71%. And the other thing is only 14 of them are touchdowns.
Yeah, that's really salty in the red zone. I mean, you just mentioned some great stats for our defense, and really proud of what they've done. I think that they've played really well. But the thing that I'm most proud of with our defense is they have just challenged themselves to keep getting better each week. They've had really good productive games, but they haven't, settled with that being good enough. They want to be great, and I'm so excited about that mentality. You mentioned the red zone. I talk about complementary football all the time. Let me give you a stat for offense and defense here, and brag on both sides. In the last 3 games, our defense has allowed opposing offenses to be 5 out of 12 in the red zone with 4 turnovers. On the other side, our offensive group has gone 10 out of 11, scoring 10 out of 11 opportunities, which is super efficient. And that's why you're seeing wins. I mean, really the only stat that matters is winning. And for us to go 1-0, we've got to play complementary football, and we've got to play well on each side.
All right, you're going to have to play well against this Ball State team coming in here, Coach. They kind of shocked the MAC by knocking off what I thought was one of the best teams in this conference, the Ohio Bobcats. They shut them out in the second half and rallied back to win.
Yeah, this is a really good football team. I think that they had a great win on Saturday against Ohio, one of the defending champs and one of the best teams in our league, Ohio. Coach Urimovich has done an excellent job in his first year. He came from Butler. He knows this league well. He's been in the league multiple times at multiple places, and you can tell the guys play hard for him. They've got game wreckers and game changers on both sides of the football. Their quarterback, number 1, Kyle Kelly, he's dynamic as a runner, made some great passes in that Ohio game in the comeback win, and he's a guy that is a great leader and great human being. And then on the defensive side of the ball, we talk about our edge rushers and our D-line. I mean, number 44, Voris, I believe is his name. He leads the nation in sacks with 8. So he's a guy that we've got to have a plan for. He does a great job in the run game and pass game, creating those havoc plays. So this is going to be a great test for us this week.
You made it a point, Coach, to beef up that D-line because of the importance of getting to the quarterback, and those lost yardage plays really
Yeah, they're critical. I mean, I think, when you can be efficient on first and second down, and, you talked about those tackles for loss or lost yardage plays, which we call havoc plays, whether it's quarterback sacks, whether it's TFLs, getting them in third and long now allows your elite pass rushers to rush the passer. And as an offensive guy, none of us want to be in third and long very much.
All right, it's Western Michigan and Ball State Saturday. It's a 3:30 kick. It's homecoming. Bronco great Jake Moreland going in a 5-person class, and all the activities that surround homecoming. A lot of other events going on too. So check it all out at WMUBroncos.com. Hope to see you at Waldo Stadium for a 3:30 kick. Wear your gold because it's a gold rush. Broncos are going to be in their gold unis. And Coach, thanks for coming out. Good luck against Ball State.
Thanks, Robin. Exciting week with homecoming, the Gold Rush, and we got the best fans in the MAC, so go Broncos.
Lance Taylor with us. We're going to take another break. We'll come back and talk with two of his outstanding players who are joining us tonight. Rodney McGraw and Mike Brusha join us next. This is the Bronco Coaches Show. We're at the Radisson. We're coming right back after this time out.
How far do you have to go to find a great deal on a new Ford SUV?
Not too far.
How about a new Ford F-150?
Not too far.
How about for basic maintenance and service?
Not too far at all. With Dorrance Ford's mobile service, we'll come to you.
Nice.
Now's the time to buy because we're making room for the 2025 Fords and moving out the 24s. Come in now for the best selection. Dorrance Ford is proud to support Bronco Athletics. Shop Dorrance Ford.
Not too far for your next car.
When a city has an airport, amazing things are possible. When you fly local, it allows airlines to add more flights, more options, more destinations. The choices you make today help shape your airport now and in the future. So when a city has an airport, we're more connected than ever before. Fly local. Fly AZL.
The wait is over. The all-new Gun Lake Casino Resort is now open.
Robin Hook back with you on the Bronco Coaches Show. We're at Burdick's downtown Kalamazoo in the Radisson Plaza Hotel and Suites. We're here on Mondays talking Western Michigan sports and football. The topic right now is we talk with two outstanding student athletes who have had a great start to their 2025 season. We've got Michael Brusha, who's a grad transfer from the Chicago area and also from the Chicagoland area. Rodney McGraw, and Rodney's in his second year at Western Michigan and getting out to the quarterback. He had a sack last week and I went over to UMass. In fact, Rodney's had an outstanding start to his season. He's got, I think, 3 sacks already, maybe 4. He's getting after the quarterback. That's fun when you guys get after the quarterback, Rodney. How about you guys out there? Is that kind of the mission you're trying to do when those quarterbacks drop back?
Yeah, I mean, that's the main goal. The main goal right now is just, focus on one day at a time, more of a team goal. We're focusing on just dominating the run game first, be able to work past the pass rush and get after the quarterback. We're not going to be able to do that if we can't stop the run, so the main focus is just stop the run, dominate the run.
That's how you win football games. Run the football, stop the run, win the game. That's how it's done, right?
Yes, sir.
What's it like when you get to the quarterback, though? Sacks are kind of like touchdowns for you guys on D, huh?
For me, when I get to the quarterback, it's mainly more of celebrating with my teammates. I'm not more excited for the sack. I'm more excited to celebrate with my teammates. I mean, it's a team game. I just love being out there with my teammates. I just love seeing the smiles on their faces and how excited they be for me because they know how far I came.
Rodney's really had a great start to his 2025 season. This is his second year at Western Michigan. He played in all 12 games, all 13 games last year, Rodney, and really got after it in the weight room and in the off-season workouts to get ready for the season. It really shows.
Yes, sir. That just goes back to Coach Bernardi and my teammates and all of us and the leadership that we had this summer and all the new players we brought in. We all bought in and we all just trusted the process and, one day at a time and, change my mindset and just change the whole team mindset and focus on the goals that we're trying to reach.
This guy is versatile too because he not only plays the defensive end, you can see him moving around, you'll go down there inside too with a hand down.
I mean, back to what I was saying, I play inside and outside. I do this for the team. I do this for the D-line. I mean, wherever we need to be, like I told you earlier, wherever I need to go, linebacker, quarterback, I mean, I might not be the best, but I'll just do whatever it takes to help the team win.
In that second half at UMass, after they got the first quarter field goal, they had some pretty good field position. They were down there in the scoring zone multiple times, but you guys just said, no way, you're not scoring. And then Moon intercepted that pass to stop their last threat.
Like I told you, it starts in practice. You practice how you play. We chop wood, carry water, focus on one day at a time. We practice situational football and practice on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So I feel like our defense was prepared for that moment.
Now, Rodney is one of those transfers. He started at Penn State, then went to Louisville, then to Western Michigan. And you guys that transfer in, I'm amazed at how you're able to just seamlessly work your way into the lineup and within the team concept. And a lot of that is because your teammates accept you and welcome you in, huh?
Yes, sir. More like Tate Halleck. He's one of those main guys, mainly on the defense. When a lot of new guys come in, he steps up and welcomes them in and tell everyone on the defense to accept him. And, it all starts with leadership, and it's just the Bronco, the Bronco standard, the Bronco brotherhood. It's all start there.
One of those new guys this year came from Colgate. It's Mike Brescia, and he's a Chicago area guy from Hinsdale, Illinois, about 20 miles west of the city, and went off to play Patriot League football at Colgate. And this guy was an outstanding quarterback at Colgate, threw for 3,500 yards and 12 touchdowns, and he was even better as a runner, 1,700 yards and 32 touchdowns for Colgate, Mike. Now you're playing tight end. How did that all come about?
Yes, sir. Just wanted to have an opportunity to continue playing football and use all my talents to the best of my ability. And lucky enough, I found the Broncos and Coach Moulton, Coach Taylor, Coach Bell have been amazing with the transition with everything, as well as the tight end room. We've got a lot of experience in there with Blake Bosma, Marion, and Cade Conley, and it's been awesome to learn from those guys and them helping me grow as much as I can for them too.
I love the tight end position, and we got some really good ones. And Coach Bell likes to use all of you guys. And in fact, usually there's more than one of you on the field at the same time.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think we have a great group of guys led by Coach Moulton and just, very selfless guys that are willing to do whatever it takes for the offense to have success. And it's been great, getting everybody on the field and us being able to feed off each other. And, we're all happy to see everybody succeed within that room.
How hard is it to transition from being a quarterback to learning how to play tight end? One thing you got to learn to do is block, because that's one thing you don't have to do as a quarterback is block.
Yeah, definitely. I've always loved the physicality, but, back to Coach Moulton, Coach Bell, Coach Taylor in that tight end room, just helping me learn the fundamentals of it all. I think you're born with the physicality. That's a decision you make, but all the fundamentals you can learn, and they've done a great job just helping me learn those fundamentals and put it into practice and into the games.
All right, and he caught his first touchdown as a Bronco last week. Tell us about that play at UMass.
Yeah, no, great play. We've run a similar play a couple times, and Brock's made it in the end zone. I've been able to block for him to get in there, and finally got open, got in the end zone. Great to celebrate with the offense and get that going.
All right, and you got yourself, you have Blake Bosma, who we talked to last week, Marion Ravowski. Here's another converted quarterback playing tight end. He's a pretty good one. And Cade Conley, got Brotherton as a younger player.
Brendan Wooten.
Brendan Wooten, too. Brendan Wooten's a big, strong tight end. So you got a bunch of them in your room.
Oh, definitely, yeah. No, it's a great crew, and we got a great culture in there. The Teds, and led by Coach Mullen and Chris Tootle, doing a great job just getting us ready for every game and putting us in position to have success.
All right, coming off that win on Saturday at UMass, and the offense really kicked it into gear, particularly in the second half. You had some nice drives in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I think our O-line did a great job. I think we had 216 rushing yards. Our backs did a great job. Devin Miles had a great run there, beast mode. So it was awesome to get that momentum and juice going later in the game.
Yeah, and you've had a couple of injuries on the offensive line. You lost Jeremy Schleicher early in the season. Johnny Holfer has been banged up. But how about Hunter Whiteneck? That dude's a big cat, man. 370 pounds. He'll open some holes.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And he's done a great job just filling that role. And I think that's the mentality, offense and defensively on this team. Just, next man up, whatever it takes, ready for your moment. And he definitely was for that game.
Well, this guy had transferred from Colgate. He was the Patriot League Rookie of the Year as a young player at Colgate. And trust me, you can't get to Colgate from here. It is very difficult. It's up in the middle of nowhere in upstate New York. And now you're just 2 hours from home.
Yeah, no, definitely great to be close to home back in the Midwest. Great to have my family come out and be able to come to the games a little bit easier than out east. So it's been great.
All right, a big one coming up against Ball State, and this Cardinal team kind of surprised everybody as they knocked off the defending champ Ohio Bobcats last week.
Yeah, no, definitely a great team, but at the end of the day, we got to go 1-0 each week. Starts with practice. Our practice habits have been great, and our standards are our standard. It doesn't change each week. We got to bring the energy, and I think in this league, anybody can really win each week. So it's got to be a championship mentality every week, and that's the only way you can get it done.
Mike Brescia, Rodney McGraw, our guests on the Bronco Coaches Show. Guys, thanks for coming out. Good luck this week against Ball State. You like hockey, Mike? Rodney? You like hockey?
Yeah, love hockey. Great Bronco team here.
We're going to talk hockey next with the head coach of the national champion Bronco hockey team, Pat Firschweiler, joins us next as we wrap it up from verdicts. First, another timeout. We'll be right back after this break.
Flavor is a journey, not a destination. It's not just about the food, it's about the experience, it's about the cocktails, the wine, the tableside experience.
Brings everything together between the setting, the meal, the atmosphere, so we can actually get together and have a great time over a cocktail, maybe with a little showy smoke to it too, which is fun.
We've paid a lot of attention to details and making it an experience that you will remember.
Immerse yourself at Brick and Brine.
At Two Men and a Truck, we'll treat you and your belongings like we'd treat our own grandmas.
Here we go! Hello there.
Welcome. Whether we're moving you across town or even across the country.
Sprain, strain, or broken bone? Bronson makes it easy to get the orthopedic care you need, often as soon as the same day. Our providers treat patients ages 5 and older, with convenient appointments in Battle Creek, Marshall, Kalamazoo, and South Haven. From diagnosis to treatment, our goal is to get you feeling better as soon as possible. Call us when you need orthopedic care. Learn more at bronsonhealth.com/same-day.
As part of Sealy Auto Group's growth plan to better serve customers in our local communities, I'm thrilled to announce our newest member to the Sealy family of dealerships, Sealy Select on 9th. Here you'll find high-quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that you can expect the same standard of excellence Sealy has provided for over 60 years. And at Sealy Select on 9th, you get same-day service with no appointment necessary as part of our commitment to the guest experience. Find out why we say better is just better. Better see Sealy Select on 9th.
Back to wrap up our show for this week to talk Western Michigan hockey with head coach Pat Frischweiler, the National Coach of the Year last year, the head coach of the National Championship Western Michigan hockey team. And wow, hard to believe we're playing hockey already. The season opens Thursday night against Ferris State, a special banner ceremony before puck drop. The Broncos had a little exhibition on Saturday, put 7 on the USA 18 team. And Pat, you got your first look at your team in game action. How'd it go?
Oh, I loved it. I thought our guys looked great. And it's an undermanned opponent that we're playing, and we know that. But what I was proud of our team is we still did it right, and we played our kind of hockey real fast north. We attacked, and obviously, 7 goals were a nice result.
No doubt, and it was all spread around too. Liam Valeni had 2, but then 5 other guys got goals.
Yeah, we got a couple of our new guys, a couple transfers in there. They get some confidence. They get to feel the system. I thought everybody looked comfortable and good. I was really, really impressed, basically, with every guy on the ice.
You know, you go into these seasons asking who's going to score because you always lose so much firepower. Not so much this year. All your scores are back pretty much, except Bump.
Well, that's a big accept. I think Alex Bump was the best player in the country at the end of the year last year, and he'll be playing in the National Hockey League this year. We will certainly wish him well, but we have great leaders. We have great young men. We have a lot of talented players back, so we're really excited about the season.
Will Whitelaw is one of those new guys, along with Zach Wisdom. You got them playing together with Owen Michaels, I believe.
Yeah, they both got goals last night. William Whitelaw looks like a potential star to me. Came over from the University of Michigan, where he's held to 17 points. I'm not sure how they did that, but we don't plan on holding him to 17. I think we're looking for 40 or 50 from William Whitelaw. He's hyper competitive. He's fast. He's got a rocket of a shot. He likes to score.
Yeah, and Zach Wisdom comes over from Colorado College. I was always impressed with his game. He's got some speed up and down the wing.
World-class young man, got speed, got tenacity, cares, and he's got a real grit factor to him. He's willing to take it to the net, and that's where all the goals are waiting.
That next line is all together from a year ago, and what a lift they gave you last season with Slukinski in the middle and Zach Nearing on one wing and Liam Valeni on the other. Liam scored twice for you on Saturday.
Yeah, they looked spectacular on Saturday. What they showed is continuity and poise, real belief in not only the system but in each other. I thought it was a real clinic they put on Saturday.
All right, and then one of your young freshmen, Bobby Cowan, got a goal. I was impressed with him, watching him during some practice time. I think he's going to be an outstanding first-year player for you.
Yeah, youngest guy in the team by a ways. Bobby Cowan's just an 06 birthday, and I think he's going to be a future superstar here. He's got real talent, can skate, can score on one shot, has incredible vision. He's just, we'll add a little bit more compete to his game as he gets going here, but he looks like a star.
And then the thing that people were telling me about that game on Saturday wasn't necessarily the goals, it was the defense. And Coach, your defense is pretty much intact from a year ago. You got a lot of guys back, and that's a good thing.
Well, we have 4 real good ones back, there's no doubt. I mean, the biggest loss back there, Brian Kramer and Robbie Drasner, 2, older guys that brought real maturity. But, Sammy Sholin, Univaisen might be 2 of the best in all of college hockey, not just our league. Zach Sharp is a rising star in college hockey. We'll play in the National Hockey League. And Cole Rosine-Kruzberg, he came back in incredible shape as one of our assistant captains and a true leader back there as well.
Yeah, and he's offensive-minded. You made him an assistant captain, and he's got that ability. And I look for him to score for you this year.
Oh, he's got a bomb of a shot. He's got a real offensive, mindset to him. He attacks the play. I think he's going to be a point getter, no doubt.
You got a huge man in Theo Wahlberg, who transferred over to Western Michigan. This guy is 6'7", I believe, 6'6", 6'7".
It just feels like he should be playing on the basketball team, but he can really move. He's hyper athletic for a young man. He's a draft pick of the Ottawa Senators, and he may have the NHL in his future as well.
And then you got another D-man from Merrimack, Bookman, who's an offensive-minded D guy.
Oh, those who watched him play saw his talents, on his full display against the U.S. team in the third period. He made 2 elite passes that only he can make. His vision is incredible. His hands are incredible. He's a smaller in stature guy, but he's real competitive. I think he's potential to be a star as well.
Well, you had a 1-2 punch in goal last year, Coach, and this year you kind of turned the reins over to a pretty good young player in Hampton Sukinski, who was preseason All-NCHC first team.
Well, rightfully so. You go 19-4 your freshman year with the lowest goals against maybe in the country, and you show the poise and the confidence in yourself to win a national title as a starter. Pretty impressive. You win a World Junior gold medal. You win a Men's World Championship gold medal. This kid just wins. He's the backbone of our team, and if we're going to have real success this year, it'll be due to Hampton Sukinski.
And you named a new captain. He's got tough shoes to fill up by Washi, who's now with the Anaheim Ducks. Tim Washi was an incredible captain. And now you got Owen Michaels, and I think you picked a good one, Coach. He was the Frozen 4 MVP for what he did a year ago.
No, it's Owen leads by his actions first and his words second, and he's a fierce competitor. Then this guy is an assassin when it's a challenge for the puck. He's going to come out with it most of the time. So he's exactly the guy you want leading your team because he leads by example first. We're blessed with his leadership.
Coach, the polls came out again today, and for the second week in a row, you're #1 in the nation in both polls, and it's fun to be up there, but you got a target on your back every time you take the ice.
Well, one thing I don't believe in is early polls, and the second thing is I don't believe in is a target on anyone's back, because it's all nonsense. But what I do believe in is we, along with about 10 other teams in this country, have really, really, really good, deep, talented hockey teams that are going to compete all year long, and hopefully we can end up near the top again.
All right, playing Ferris State, the team you usually open up against. What do you know about the Bulldogs?
Well, I know they got a new coach and a lot of excitement around the program. They brought in a bunch of transfers from his old team, Long Island University. They look like they're competitive. They're big. They really skate. I just watched them play Miami 2 games. Miami was able to win them, but Ferris State was just as good, if not better than Miami for parts of those games.
One thing about playing Ferris, they're just pesky, man. They don't quit. They play hard for 60 minutes.
Well, there's enough talent there to be scary, and enough work ethic there to really kind of put you on your heels at times. They're a well-coached team. They're organized. They're going to give us everything we can handle. We'll be ready.
And it's a Thursday night game at Lawson Ice Arena. And come on out to the game if you can find a ticket. I know they're tough to come by these days. Got some new graphics, new trophy case out front, and there'll be a new banner unfurled before the game, a banner ceremony, huh?
Yeah, a lot of stuff celebrated last year, rightfully so. It's a historic season, not just for Western Michigan, but honestly for college hockey. I think it was 25 or 27 years ago. The last time a team won their regular season, the conference championship, and also the national championship. So we're proud of all those things. We're going to celebrate them one last time tomorrow night, and then we're going to start a fresh season.
Yeah, you had those trophies prominently displayed. You had the guys taking them around all over the place during the summer, and then you had them in the locker room. And then I thought it was interesting a couple of weeks ago, some of the team leaders came to you and said, can we get those trophies out of here? Because they want to move on.
Well, it just shows you where they're at in their head, and they know that this is a brand new year and has nothing to do with last year. There's returning players, sure, but the game doesn't know we're supposed to win, and certainly the opponent doesn't care if we're defending national champions. We got to come and prove it every single day, and I think these guys have the right mindset.
You don't open up in league play for a couple of weeks, but some really good teams in the NCHC, as there always is, but you got to probably start with Denver and North Dakota, 2 teams, and of course the Arizona State Sun Devils are always there too.
Boy, I think this league this year, the league is as deep as it's ever been. Honestly, massive improvement from lots of those teams. Denver, they just reload. They don't, they're incredible every year, and they're challenging for the national championship every year. North Dakota has landed some big time recruits with their new staff and in their rev share. And Arizona State, they return as much scoring as anyone in the country, including ourselves. well-coached group down there with Coach Powers, but also some underrated teams in our league. I think Duluth is underrated. I think St. Cloud has some things going on. Omaha's got a brand new squad. I think there's some real dangerous teams in our league.
And the Broncos also have a challenging non-conference schedule. Of course, we mentioned Ferris, but you go to UMass Lowell, you play North Dakota, the University of Michigan, you play Boston College in a holiday tournament. Wow.
No, we're here to challenge ourselves, Robin. Our guys want games that matter and the games to challenge them. And, Michigan, I think right now is 5th or 6th in the polls. Again, I'm not sure what that means, but I know they're talented. I know it means that. And Boston College is right behind them. And, UMass Lowell is as tough and well coached as there is. And, they do a great job out there. They will be highly competitive. So we're looking forward to our non-conference schedule. Our players are excited about it.
All right, the season opens on Thursday night against Ferris State. That's a 7 o'clock puck drop. Get there early for the pre-game banner-raising ceremony as they lift the national championship banner up into the rafters at Lawson Ice Arena. And then, Coach, 2 years from now, we're going to be right down the street playing in the brand new Kalamazoo Event Center.
Well, pretty exciting ceremony last week, and to see that thing going vertical and the way it is, and I gotta admit that I get on that live website and I check it way too often, because it's kind of just a picture every hour update. But I'm trying to figure out what new piece of steel went in. It's exciting. It's a world-class place and an incredible opportunity given to us by this community.
Coach, congratulations again on an outstanding national championship season and for all the accolades that your team received, and looking forward to getting it going again. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Robin. Appreciate it.
Pat Firstweiler wrapping up our Bronco Coaches show for this evening. Remember, we will not have a show next week because the football team is off. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Resuming the schedule with Coach Taylor, with some players and some more Bronco coaches. Get on the WMUBroncos.com website and find out about all the activities going on for the Broncos this week. We hope to see you at many of those events. Football game at 3:30 Saturday, hockey on Thursday at 7 o'clock. For Coach Firstweiler, for Mike Bresh and Rodney McGraw and Coach Taylor, I'm Robin Hook. Thanks to the staff here at Verdicts. We'll see you next time on the Bronco Coaches Show.